Hey, it is welcome to the news. It's Friday, January 23rd, and I've been having a really fun week. Actually, I've been having some really fun months working on a lot of pieces lately, as some of you know, or maybe anybody that is following that is wrapped up in our little patent place here at TG I'm working on a lot of really complicated songs, most of which I'm going to try to be turning into lessons. And so you know, one of my goals for the new year, and actually this has been going on since about October, it has really been going on since the ragtime revival of just post-camp. That got me started playing again back to this. And of course this. Etc. Wait. Okay, if I start playing it, I'll play the whole thing. Hey, but that really hard part, let me test it. Anyway, I will get to a whole run through of that pretty soon. It's getting so close. I'm really excited. That's of course Bethena, and the part that has driven me nuts for 20 years was that right there. There it is. Okay, I think I showed you a little of that last week. It's even improved. It's improved quite a bit. It just goes to show, if you just keep practicing, you get better. As long as you practice with kind of a plan, and that. As much as this drove people in my house nuts, this little part had to be done thousands of times just by itself, sometimes really slowly. Okay, that's where my fingers are supposed to go. Sometimes fast, let it be sloppy. Or sometimes you luck out and it doesn't come out necessarily sloppy. Anyway, so yeah, for the last few months, I've been just playing hard stuff. I think last week I stumbled through that, right? I think I finally have that little hard part to that while getting better. That's pretty much what it's supposed to sound like. So anyway, I think I botched my way through that last week. You can go back and check last week's news and see if that seems like it's a little bit more under control. It definitely should be, and this one too. close there too. That's the third Venezuelan Waltz. I think at the beginning of this I played the second one. So even brushed up last night on the first and fourth that I made videos and made acoustic snapshots of the other two a few months ago. Anyway, okay, what I'm really here to tell you about is not much. I'll have a few things I just want to talk about. One is the Prelude. I hope people are working on that. We finished the last main parts of it. As far as the chord, I will probably put one more thing together on the chord analysis, and don't forget you have to take the bass note, at least the first bass note, into account. This chord, we've got a G sharp in the bass along with a B, a D, and an F. Later on we just have an E in there along with it. So sometimes in various measures, the last four notes, the last four 16th notes, the two bass notes that happen in there, modify the chord slightly. Sometimes majorly. Well, it doesn't make it a major chord. There are no straight major chords in the whole song. I'm going to go out on a limb right there and say that. There are major sevenths, and there are dominant sevenths, and there are straight minor chords. I mean, just minor triads. Anyway, okay. Let's see. There was something else I was going to address on the forum. What was it? I'm kind of scattered today because my real plan for today is to try to make snapshots of a whole bunch, all of these pieces. So hopefully later today I will get to recording the 7 or 8 different pieces I've been tackling. Let's see. They range from. I'll go down the list. Pharaohs Rag. The 2 Venezuelan Waltzes. The Villalobos Etude. Maybe I can't stop now. Stretch. Something like that. Anyway, they're all coming along. What else is on the list? Not The Good Life, the other one. Pumpkin Pie, Bethena, Heliotrope Bouquet. Got the 4 ragtimes, those 3, and Pharaohs Rag. I'm thinking about doing a whole album of ragtime stuff, resurrecting all kinds of stuff. The Entertainer, maybe. What else? The Elite Syncopations, one I tackled many years ago also. Anyway, okay. What else is on the hard to do hit list? I think that's it. And then there's the easy to do, and I'm going to do a lesson on this, I promise. Probably next week. That'll be coming up. Okay, what else did we do this week? Vanessa. I want to thank Vanessa for a bunch of things, but the biggest one is for keeping us in touch with some cool new stuff. This is the Ben Howard song, the one she did last week, Old Pine, and this week, The Fear. Pretty intricate guitar playing in The Fear. So I got it. That was. I hope everybody's checking out more Ben Howard stuff because there's some really cool stuff out there. We did a fly this week with Fred, just talking about plans. I like Willem. Thanks for the comment about we should always make a point of running through some songs, because that is something that happens a lot in lessons. But anyway, so we'll stay on that. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you about the other thing from the forum that was kind of funny. Might have even been a year ago now. Excuse me. Might have even been a year ago. My daughter Rebecca asked me to do a lesson on counting stars, and somehow so I did. You know, it's kind of a cool finger picking thingy. And appreciate Kevin putting up his video of playing it. Sort of brought it back into the what's the word I'm looking for? Heavy rotation. And just this morning, I was sitting at the computer. Rebecca came in and saw that post, and said, "Hey, can we watch that?" I said, "Sure." And she goes, "I didn't know you did a lesson on counting stars." I said, "Rebecca, I did it when you asked me to a year ago." She goes, "Really?" Anyway, oblivious. Everybody's in their own little world. Boy, I got a lot of those in this house. Everybody's in their own little space. Okay, the last thing I wanted to bring up for today, at least, is I've gotten a few messages lately from some of our members, and who were just kind of expressing thanks for all the stuff we do here. And the main one that pops out at me now was from Rick, Big Bear, who's been a little quiet on the forum lately. But Rick, it was great to hear from you. And you know, one of the things he was pointing out was just how neat it is to have this global community of people that are kind of interconnected, but just through the ether. And I really, you know, want to thank everybody for being a part of this, and really for allowing me to do what I love to do, and for everybody contributing to it. And so along those lines, I really have to put out a special thanks to my partner and good friend Matt, who just you know, was the motivation and inspiration, and did the heavy lifting as far as getting this world going. So you know, I don't know, just a day and moment of little personal reflection, and I really want to thank my buddy Matt for making this all happen, and then of course everybody else that came along for the ride, who I know and I hear very often how much everybody's enjoying it. So anyway, okay, that's it for the mushy part today. Let's see, what could I end with? Nah, I'll do this. You know what? Here I will. I'll try a whole run through of Pumpkin Pie. Let's see what happens. Aha! Try that again. Second time through would be better. Man, I can't believe it. That's why. I get more chances of that later because that comes up two more times. Let's go to the second part. Well, that's getting there. Anyway, thanks to everybody for everything, and I will be back next week.